Yesterday, my wife and I received a text from our son while he was in seminary class, asking us to verify something he had heard from his teacher. Let me ask you this. Where do you turn for answers to your questions? If you have a really important life question, to whom do you turn? Now, there's a pretty good chance you're thinking of someone you trust, perhaps a parent or other family member, or a best friend, someone you feel cares about you and will lead you in the right direction. But do you ever have questions that seem so big that they are hard to ask even to those we trust most in this life? Questions like, who am I? Where did I come from? Why am I here? What is my purpose in life? Or even, what comes after this life? These are important questions of the soul that have been asked by every generation that's ever lived on earth. Are there answers to these questions? Where can we turn for those? Parents, family members, close friends, and trusted leaders may be a good starting point. However, as Joseph Smith learned firsthand in his teens, we are entitled to speak to God. Not too long ago, I had the privilege of visiting Palmyra, New York. And while there, I took the opportunity to enter the sacred grove, the location where young Joseph prayed for answers to his soul-searching questions. Picture the sacred grove in your mind. Think of the pictures or the photos that you've seen of that special forest. You might be picturing something like this. But the sacred grove I found on my visit didn't look like those pictures. This is the grove I found. It was January, one of the coldest months of the year. No leaves on the trees, no spring crops, and far fewer hours of daylight. I found snow-covered ground, chilled air, and bare trees. But this was the grove Joseph Smith knew too. It wasn't always springtime in his world, and since they had a large family and lived in a small cabin during his teenage years, he spent much of his time outdoors. He knew the cold winter as well as he knew the spring. My young friends, some of you know winter too. Life can be difficult, and you have experienced some times in your life that feel pretty cold. However, while walking through the sacred grove in winter, I still found it to be beautiful and full of life. In fact, I snapped some pictures of the various tracks I found in the snow. And once I started looking for them, they seemed to be everywhere. Perhaps you'll recognize some of the tracks of the different creatures. I even took a picture of my own shoe print. You are making your own tracks now in this crazy experience we call life. Yes, it can be cold at times. It can seem barren and bleak, but there are lots of signs of life. Look for them. The more you look, the more you'll find. Joseph would go through many more winters, both literally and figuratively, enduring vicious attacks on his character. Some of those attacks are still aimed at him more than 200 years later. The Lord counseled him and all saints with a recipe to overcome such adversity. He says, "Draw near unto me, and I will draw near unto you. Seek me diligently, and ye shall find me. Ask, and ye shall receive. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you." Think of the challenges in your life. Those challenges don't define who you are. But do you know who you are and why you are here? I invite you to apply the Lord's challenge to find those answers. Draw near to Him and ask. Seek Him, and you'll find Him. You can feel of His warmth and love, no matter what season you're in currently. He will help you gain your own personal witness of His love for you and His purposes for you in this life, purposes that bring happiness and joy. He will help you see and feel that you are not alone. Now, in my example, my son sent us a text to get answers. Have you ever sent a spiritual text to heaven? I guarantee you that your spirit knows how. Try it, and you will create sacred moments in a grove of your own. We love you. We know the Lord loves you. It is my prayer that you'll give him the chance to show you.